Hello, hello, and welcome to the Sanibel Captiva Guide podcast. I'd like to introduce Nicole McHale. Nicole is the island's ultimate volunteer and has now found a new calling, taking a position as the Executive Director of CHR. The Community Housing Resource is a Sanibel non-for-profit that provides affordable housing for seniors and the local workforce. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about CHR and what it does?
Well, Community Housing Resources is affordable housing for the workforce and seniors on the island. We have, before Hurricane Ian, we had about 73 units. After Hurricane Ian, we now have 62. We lost 11 of them in the storm. We have...
Hope to rebuild those?
Well, we do have one that we are not going to rebuild. It was over at Algiers. And we have a 10-unit building, which is behind 7-Eleven, Riverview. That is going to be demolished tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Really?
But last week, we partnered with the fire department, and they used it for some training, which was great to watch. It was fascinating.
What did they do?
Well, they hid some bodies in some rooms, and they went in and they had all different kinds of training that they had to undertake. And they had a smoke machine, and so they did a rescue, and they learned how to blast out some windows and doors, and it was really fun to be able to give back to our first responders who did so much for us after the storm.
When were those units built? Were they old?
That unit was built in about the 60s.
Oh, okay.
But we do have plans to rebuild, and we're going to reimagine housing when we build on that lot. We are going to be working with our architect and trying to identify the most efficient way to build housing. We have to rethink housing. It's so scarce at this point. Yeah. Resiliency is number one, and housing is so scarce at this point.
Fantastic. So let's rewind a little bit. How did you end up? I mean, we laughingly called you before we started, we were going over. How can I describe you? We said the ultimate volunteer because we've seen you around the islands for a long, long time.
I like a good party.
Yeah, wearing many different hats.
And you said you've been on the island for 30 years?
I have been on the island for 30 years, raised my daughters on the island.
And what brought you from Pennsylvania, right?
Warm weather. And, an island life. It's a small, very close-knit island community, and that's what we love about it.
Did you discover it from vacationing here, or people told you about it? Or
my husband did. He had a boat, and he used to dock at South Seas, and he said, this is a pretty great place, and I think I'll buy a house here. And I was like, okay, I'll call him along. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, please. And now your daughters are in their 30s. They went to Sanibel School, I assume, and all the way through.
They did. One was the second graduating class of the new 8th grade building, and the other one was the 4th graduating class.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
It was a great experience.
Yeah. So let's talk about where have you volunteered? Can you name them all?
I started at the Sanibel School, and I'll tell you, at the Sanibel School, the community gave back to the kids so much and so often that after my daughters graduated and went to college, I wanted to give back to the community that gave to them.
Nice.
In many different ways. And I started at the community house. I've been on Fish. I've helped the C School with their fundraising. I've helped CHR, Community Housing, with their fundraising. I'm on the library board. Oh, boy.
I want to know, do you sleep? That's what I want to know.
Sort of.
That is a lot. So now you found yourself as a new position with CHR, and you started that right after the hurricane, correct?
After the hurricane, I jumped into the hurricane again. So I've been the executive director for about 4 months.
So learning the ropes.
Learning the ropes, yes. And it's a lot of work, but I will tell you it's very rewarding. And at this time, it's heartbreaking. There are so many people that reach out to us on a daily basis that are working and homeless. or working and going to be homeless. And we receive so many touching notes and letters and individuals who come in. And I wish we could house them all, but the plan is that we have a lot of plans for the future. My board is tremendous, and my staff and the team worked really hard to develop a 5-year plan. So we are going to be very strategic about how we move forward in the future.
Gotcha. So you
organise. It's basically the island struggles with affordable housing, and any small community, it needs people to work there. It needs people to work in every sorts of jobs, So it's definitely, there's definitely a need there for affordable housing.
And it actually helped us.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
we actually lived in a CHR house
for the first year
when we moved here 25 years ago
from England. Yeah, we
lived in Airport Way.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Max lived there. I don't know if he remembers it all.
It was 6 months.
A little bit.
It was like 4, I think 3 or 4.
No, like 2 something.
Yeah, I remember it.
So we definitely appreciated what they did for us, and definitely gave us a leg up, because we moved here with literally a meter by a meter by a meter square of our belongings.
Yeah,
and a 6-month-old baby.
That we were finding their feet. Yeah, it's amazing how much there's stuff in that meter square box that we didn't actually need, though.
That's true.
We had so little, it was so unimportant.
Let's talk about the background of how does CHR start, and a little bit of background for everybody.
It's very interesting. The individuals that wrote the Sanibel plan were brilliant and all-encompassing when they wrote it. And in there, they wrote about the need for affordable housing. And so CHR, in 1979, incorporated, and they became the managers of the housing program. And so some of the buildings are built on city-owned property, and it's a partnership. It's a partnership between the city and CHR. And CHR owns the buildings that are built on the city property, and then we own some other buildings that we own the land through a trust. And then we own the buildings. We also have about 14 units that are in an LEO program. And the LEO program is a limited equity ownership program. And so an individual was able to purchase the home at a low cost, and with the understanding they would sell it back to CHR at an accrual value.
Right. So anybody out there that wants to become a part of CHR, how did they go about it?
Well, we have an application, and you can find it online. Our website is sancapchr.org, and we have the application on there. We have the application in office. You can email us. We can email it to you. And I stress when you fill out the application to provide all the information. Your application won't be processed until we receive all of the information. And it's a lengthy process. Once you fill out all that information and we process it, there's a number of different entities that we have to contact. And that takes time waiting to hear back from them. Then it's reviewed in the office, and then we have a landlord-tenant committee that reviews it. And then the final approval is the city manager.
Okay. And is this for individuals through families can apply?
Individuals through families, and we need to, reach out to families. We have a number of 3-bedroom units that are available for families, and we don't have that many families that are applying right now. So we are trying to get the word out there. Along with trying to get the word out there, there is going to be some FEMA grant money and some HUD money that's going to be available. And so with working with the city of Sanibel and some other entities, there is a housing assessment survey that is being distributed. And I really stress to everybody out there the importance of filling out this application. If you used to work on the island, and please, fill out the application. If you work on the island now and don't live on the island, please fill it out. And even if you do work and live, fill it out.
Is it a lengthy application?
It's not too, I'd say it takes maybe less than 10 minutes to fill it out.
10 minutes.
10 minutes at the most. And it's of the utmost importance for us to be able to receive dollars so that we can build more housing.
Gotcha. So
if we
basically-
don't show a need,
Right, that's what we're
we're
trying to
not going to receive the money.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. So the plans, what about the plans for redoing the houses that got damaged?
For Riverview.
Yeah.
Riverview, we are looking at new ways of building housing. And one of the ideas is that we would like to build dorm style living. Now, when I say dorm style, don't give me the look. I know. You're thinking I'm not a college student anymore.
Right.
But it will be where you'll have your own bedroom and your own private bath, but you'll have shared common space. So you'll have a common living area and a common kitchen area. And normally we receive rent from 30% of your income, but we're going to be able to offer this at a lesser amount. And I think it's going to appeal. We have a lot of young professionals that are applying right now. And I do think individuals that are strapped for money. Inflation has really affected individuals. And I think everybody needs something cost effective.
And not only families, you offer this for seniors as well, correct?
We do. We have a senior housing building, although we have seniors that live at every location.
Right.
And the seniors are the backbone of our community. The seniors are the ones who developed the community that we are enjoying because of what they've provided. And I think we need to provide for them.
Yeah, it's a vital need. Who was it that worked for Lee and Dave for many years? Dorothy. And she was working on the island for 20 odd years. I think never earned a tremendous amount of money, but she had a CHR and had a great retirement there. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's an awesome thing.
So obviously talking about CHR, do you need volunteers? Do you need money? How, if you don't, what can we out in this community do to help?
Yes, we need volunteers. Yes, we need money. It's a remarkable community. We have had a lot of individuals come to help us, whether we've been partnering with different other organizations who have come to help clean out the properties. We have a crew of individuals that come on Thursdays and they do light handyman work. We also, we have a lot of supporters out there, and we are going to have our gala.
Okay,
we have
tell us
a
about
heart
that.
gala that will be coming up February 3rd. We have these beautiful hearts. There's 15 of them, 15 different artists in the community that have painted them. They're all different. They're spectacular.
Yeah, I've seen some sneak peeks on social media of some of the artists have shown some of their work, like Tony from Westland, from Ding Darling. I've seen hers.
Yes. Cool. Oh, they're amazing. We're going to place them all over the island, and we'll have a map.
2024, yeah.
2024.
Yeah, and then before it was the manatees, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is so manatees last year. This year, arts.
This year, it's give your heart to CHR.
Oh, nice. So you basically you give out a heart to
your heart is where the home is.
Exactly. That's right.
How big are the hearts? Are they 4 feet or?
The hearts are we have them on a platform as well. So the hearts are probably about 4 feet.
And then the artists you give them to have free range to kind of go with the theme, but create something in their own style. And
they're spectacular.
And then, so they'll be placed around the island. It kind of, you can go like a scavenger hunt. You can go search them out.
Exactly.
Which Max and I did when we did the manatees. Remember, Max?
Yeah.
We hit every spot.
I was actually looking through my photos the other day, and I for some reason, like the week after the hurricane, I was riding my bike around Sanibel, taking pictures for people. And I found one of the manatees in someone's driveway, and I took a picture of it.
It reminded you. We had fun, didn't we?
We did have fun.
We posed little selfies with the manatees.
But I found one, in someone's driveway, and I just looked at it like 2 days ago.
Oh, we'll have to put it on the
screen.
Yeah. And then then you have the gala where you'll have the hearts, and then you'll auction them off.
Yes. So the gala will be at the community house. We're excited to support the community house and hold our event there. And it's going to be a great evening. So don't miss it. Sign up.
February.
February 3rd of 2024.
And our tickets on sale now?
Tickets are on sale now. Yes.
And
you can go on our website.
Which is, again, your website? It's
Sanibel, sandcapchr.org.
Gotcha.
Sandcapchr.org.
All right. And I know another big fundraiser you have. Do you do the run? No, that's Fish, isn't it?
Fish is the run.
But you were talking about because you're a runner, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
I know I mix a lot of different nonprofits together. But we're very supportive of Fish's. It's going to be a 5K, 10K race.
Gotcha. Are you participating?
I am going to participate. Yes, I'm not going to do the 10K anymore. I'm glad that there's a 5K.
Yeah,
A little bit
I'd be a
short.
5K for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the two.
I don't think there's a two.
Okay, that's not even a mile.
So is everybody back in their houses that were displaced from the hurricane that can be back? Or
Everybody who previously lived with CHR, we worked as diligently as possible to make sure that they were able, if they wanted, to come back to their home, because these are people's homes. These aren't just apartments. They're not just units. They're their homes. They're decorated beautifully. Their carports are beautiful. It's their community.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were able to get everybody back home.
Great.
We are in the middle of still remediating at every building. We had to put on new roofs, and we have a lot of interior work to do inside the units, the carports. But we do have about 48 apartments that are rented out of the 62.
Oh, so there's still some availability.
Yes. Well, we do have a waiting list. We have 12 people on a waiting list. And we have, as I said, we have more people that are calling daily.
Okay.
And it's been very touching. We have recently moved in 2 individuals who were homeless.
Really?
One was living out of their car and working.
Wow.
And another one was living on the floor of the restaurant that they worked at.
Oh my! Wow.
Oh, wow.
But we did, one of them, we had an elderly individual who moved in with her caretaker and left all of her furniture and belongings behind. And we were able to move them into that apartment so that they had furniture.
Amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Wow. So, what's the? Is there any change of direction? Are you still steering the ship in the same sort of direction? Have you got new up and coming ideas that you're going to be taking?
Oh, I always have ideas. Oh, definitely. Yes, I'm never out of the ideas. Well, I told you I like a party. So we have been trying to do a lot of gatherings with the residents. We've had a pizza party. We had a meet and greet at Doc Ford's. We had a coffee and donut. We're going to have a fall festival. We're going to have a police and fire training, safety training for the residents. We are going to have our gala. We're going to have a sponsor party. We have an annual meeting coming up. We're going to reimagine housing. We're going to build new housing. We're also creating lots of potential projects because when the grant opens up for the CDBG money, we want to be able to have our projects in place and hopefully be able to get as much of that money back to Sanibel to build more affordable housing. So we're looking at about 5 different projects that we would like to build out.
Nice.
Because before the storm, I think they were going to have some on the Bailey property. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that still?
Well,
it's still obviously a lot has changed since the hurricane.
Yes, we're still in discussion with I always want to say the Bailey family, the Johnson family, and they are still interested in helping us. Obviously, the footprint of their building has changed with since they have to rebuild.
Yeah.
And once that's finished and we can survey the other portion of land, that is one of the projects that we're going to put forward to the CDBG.
And are you still looking for sponsors for the hearts, for people to place the hearts of their businesses?
We
or
are
you're...
always looking for sponsors.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you can actually place it at your place of business, and it's kind of a draw for people to come in and...
Absolutely. You were just talking about how you would travel around looking for the manatees.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity for businesses.
And when will the hearts be put out? Is it before the gala, leading up to the gala, or after?
The hearts will be put out around the island. The hearts are now resting at a location, and we're gonna start placing them probably within the next 2 weeks.
They're already finished then. They're all complete.
They're all complete.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Exciting. Ooh.
And do you have a list of where they're all going to be yet?
Not yet. In fact, we have a meeting tonight. So after our meeting tonight, I can let you know.
And then obviously everybody can find that on the website where the hearts are going to be. Go visit them, go take your picture.
We will inundate you.
Right. Pick out the one that you want to purchase. And obviously you have
We will be marketing hard.
Right. You can sign. I'm sure you have a newsletter that you can sign up for on your website.
Absolutely. And our newsletter, we have so much going on. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this organization is rocking. I want to live there. That's gonna,
awesome.
you're gonna want to move back. That's
They should.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing the hearts. Max and I will go out again and make a little YouTube video.
So are you still going to be, is it going to be limited of your time a little bit? Because I saw you at so many different places. Are you going to be mainly concentrating on CHR from now?
I am limiting my time to CHR.
We don't believe you.
It's not to say you won't see me places,
Right.
but
Yeah, you're
So
going
she likes a party.
I like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Funny. So talk about the hurricane. How did it affect you personally? Were you...
I mean, who hasn't been affected?
Yeah.
We have all been affected. Every structure on the island and off the islands and other islands that we all love have been affected. And just as a community, we care about each other. And there probably isn't a day that goes by that we all don't think about that individual who worked at that business that we saw all the time, or the person who was walking down the street or biking at the same time. We didn't know who they were, but we all look forward to seeing them and wonder where everybody is.
Yeah.
And are looking forward to, getting back. And I saw a neighbor the other day who lived in a neighborhood next to me, and she used to run every morning, and I stopped to talk to her, and I was all over her. I was like, oh, hi, hello. Not that we ever talked before, but I was so happy to see her. And
That's funny. We were driving down. There was a guy that always used to jog up and down the Sanibel
St. Cap Road with the joy sign.
yes.
And always wondered what happened to him. And then we were driving down McGregor the other day and saw him driving up and down McGregor.
I saw him. Did you see him too?
Yeah, we saw him. Yeah.
You stole my story.
Oh, did that?
Tell us your time.
That's your story.
Oh, so I saw this guy with a joy sign running up and down McGregor.
But he used to be on the
I don't
island.
know. And he's elderly. I'm not sure how old he is, but
I want to get a picture of him so bad. I had my camera and there was so much traffic that I couldn't turn around.
I actually stopped to have a chat with him once, and he politely said, "No, I'm running." I said, I was actually going to have a chat with him and talk about the podcast.
because he literally, he holds that sign up.
No, he doesn't hold it. He's like, punch it in the air.
Yes.
He gets everybody's honking as they're driving past.
Yes. It's
What
a
a character.
feel-good moment. That's great
for
to
sure.
hear.
Yeah. Up and down McGregor. He's taken over McGregor Boulevard in Fort Myers. Yeah. So exciting times ahead. And then, so this will be taking up a lot of your time. But have you got plans for the future? I mean, obviously you've been here for 30 years now. What plans have you got for the future for Sanibel? Are you rebuilding, or is your house pretty much as it was? Or
I was very fortunate. My house is on stilts. It's not to say I didn't have structural issues and issues like other people, but I have been more fortunate that I've been able to live in my house.
right?
Not too long after the hurricane. But, our plan is to stay and rebuild the community. And I really believe in our community and want to do whatever I can to help. And so I'm going to start by building more affordable housing.
There we go.
That's my plan.
That's it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Max, have you got any trivia for us?
I do have some trivia.
Okay.
This is actually a first.
I didn't know there was a quiz.
There is a quiz. We should have mentioned that too.
It's on nuclear.
Oh, my.
Nuclear physics.
Quiz.
Okay.
So we are actually using the same questions as the last episode that we had about CHR.
Yes, we actually interviewed the last director, which was Melissa Rice. That's when they did the manatees. So.
Yep, that's right. So it was about over a year ago.
So we will 100% get the answers.
You will definitely not remember the answers. And I have updated them for
2023
for modern statistics.
Okay, all right. Hit us first.
First question. See if everyone remembers. CHR was started on Sanibel in what year?
Oh, it's changed, hasn't it?
Oh, so wait a minute, though. Did it start with
When
the
it was
city?
incorporated.
Incorporated. Oh. I just told you that.
Yes.
Oh, do we show?
Not yet.
because Nick will cheat.
Oh. Pot calling the kettle black.
Well, let's see what you've got first.
Okay,
Laurie.
I put 1979.
Silly person.
What'd you put, Nick?
74.
Nicole? 79.
Oh, shit. 1979 is the answer.
Did the city incorporate 74?
I don't know.
The city did.
The city did. We're not talking about the C. I said CHR.
Oh, I said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Question number 2. Speaking of housing, how many households are there on Sanibel Island?
Oh, total. No,
Total.
we're not talking about
Talking about
CHR.
CHR. Total.
How many?
How many houses?
Households.
Ooh.
I wrote this question 2 years ago, so I don't remember exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Households.
Households.
So, but not including like condos and stuff.
He
If you
doesn't
get close,
know.
you get it right.
Are you talking about residents or just?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing like
Yeah, no. How many people?
I'm going
It's
off
not the amount
of.
of people; it's the amount of houses, right?
But are we talking about voters? Who's registered to vote? So,
Not individuals.
not individuals.
Not individuals. Actual
Okay.
households. All right, you see,
okay,
you're
yeah.
confused, Max.
This is permanent residents, I think.
Oh, permanent residents.
I
is a
think
different thing.
households containing permanent residents.
Okay.
What are you talking? If you want the actual year-round number of residents, or do you want households?
Commissioner of Trivia.
I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Let's just
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll
Households. This is the word households as according to the census.
Okay.
So according to the census, there is this many number of households. I don't know how the census defines that word.
Okay, got it.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
Well, you go, right?
2,200.
Oh, you must have been copying. I put 2,400.
What'd you have, Nicole?
I put 3,756.
That's very specific.
And she is the Mom. What did you have?
I have 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole is the closest by far. 3,359 households according to the 2020 census. So she was.
You have to remember, I'm an elected official.
She was.
Those are one of the.
She was
Those are kind of.
Oh, dear.
In 2 years ago, when I wrote this question, there was 1,700 households. So I don't know what my source was, but apparently there's been a population increase by 2,000 households.
Even though half the population is left.
So I don't think that was very accurate 2 years ago.
Nicole's in the lead with 2.
Okay.
All right.
All right, take us home, mate.
And I don't know if this is a reputable source, but for the purpose of this podcast, it is, according to the worldpopulationreview.com, the Florida median age is 42.2 years old. What is the median age of Sanibel Island?
103.
Also, that was rude.
That's very rude.
So, I had this completely wrong 2 years ago as well.
You're not setting yourself up very well, Max.
So 2 years from now, we might find out that all of this was wrong.
So the median age in Florida is what?
2.2.
42 point. Not that this is going to help me much, but
What is the median age?
Yeah,
of
I think a
Sanibel?
builder.
And this is according to worldpopulationreview.com.
Yeah.
We don't know if these are what agenda they're trying to push here.
Okay, got it.
all right. Okay, Nicole, you're first.
I'm first. I'm saying 65.
I put 56.7.
Last Tuesday, it was 68.347.
Dad, you were insanely close. 68.2. 1 point for you, but Nicole still gets the win.
Well done. Is that the second time?
I have a statistic to add about the households question. There's
You've lost all credibility now, Max.
3,300 households, but 7,800 dwelling units. And draw from that what you will.
No.
So that could be.
Ring the bell, Nicole. You're the big winner.
Well done. Well, thanks very much for coming out and sharing your time with us. How can everybody get in touch with you one more time? What's the best way to donate, offer to volunteer, all the rest of it?
So our website is sandcapchr.org. Our telephone number is 239-472-1189.
We'll double check and we'll put it in the link below or in the description below.
PO box.
I like that. How about social media? Do we have social media?
And so, if you have not found us on social media, you better get on there. Facebook, Instagram. We have more things going on that you're going to want to come along and participate. And we welcome you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
fantastic.
have a question. Was it there's somebody on your that live in CHR that works for FedEx? Is that right? What was that story?
Yes. Oh, this is such a great story. So there's an individual who lives in community housing and delivers for Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.
And
Okay.
he delivers on the island, and he told them about his story, and they said, we want to come and film you for 3 days making deliveries on Sanibel. And then we're going to give you the last delivery at the community housing office. And so he came and surprised us. And when we opened up our package, we had $25,000 from Amazon.
From Amazon.
No way. Oh,
In
that's
his
awesome.
name.
That is so cool.
Isn't that great?
That
it
is
was
awesome.
It was so touching and heartwarming. And so we bought the crew a truck. We just got a new truck for our crew so they can get out there and start working again on the properties.
Awesome. Amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for joining us. And thanks very much for joining everybody. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe and hit the like bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Guys.
Bye. Thank you.
I'm really bad at trivia.
That was